Hello, this is Solo Monk. What I'm creating here is my version of a magic sigil. It doesn't follow the guidelines of sigils perfectly, but keeping my experience with symbols, art, music, writing in mind, being mindful of who I am and what I do every day. I feel a sigil's power comes from the focused energy of intent and understanding of signals, signs, and symbols, exiting the observer role as much as possible. The magic comes from access to a flow state, dialed in focus as much as possible, scaled cognition from the atoms to the major organ systems. We're accessing a unified field of consciousness and an infinite symbol set of unconscious language that's been collected however long we've had access to this form of organization. Humanity, Earth, Gaia, our little solar system, the Milky Way, etc. Could be billions of years, trillions of years, could always be happening, and time is just a way for us to focus on our impermanent illusion of individual data sets we collect, reference, rework, and project through our composite of reality, etc. I don't claim to know what we're experiencing can be whatever you need it to be to maintain your cognitive limitations. The best place to begin is a strong comprehension of metaphor and symbolism to invoke altered states of consciousness. Shedding of the constant neurotic noise and belief in the prison of self, prison of culture, nation states, corporations, organized systems powered by collective belief. A basic sigil has easy guidelines. You set your intention for the sigil, like attracting wealth or financial opportunities or seeking peace and understanding of a life event. Write down your desired statement or phrase, such as, "I'm financially abundant." Remove any duplicate letters or vowels from the statement to create a unique symbol. Combine the remaining letters into a visual appealing design, simplifying and abstracting them. Charge and activate the sigil by focusing on your intention and visualizing its manifestation. I personally do mine in a loosey-goosey way. In my experience, most moments I transcend the meat suit and sit in moments or hours of clarity. It comes from the following of my intuition and set rituals. It can be prayer if that's your way of exercising discipline over your lower self, the low frequency compulsions to move, act, and be in defiance of your impermanence. But the focus should be less you, more channeling the unconscious language that precedes our shared visual and phonetic representation of language. Timeless signals broader than the pathways created in your physical mind. You can't create or sign the signal by exercising your conscious cognition, but focused, altered states of consciousness can open the door. You go through that door, or more accurately put, the door, house, street, world dissolves into a soup, a physiological hum or vibration, and interpret when you come back to the meat suit. I enjoy drawing, so my sigils are scaled in complexity to ward off the big noisy storm of my neurotic self. I don't exclude all the repeated consonants because I enjoy the architecture of the visual symbols represented as letters. Consonants feel like syncopation against the curved, wavy line work that naturally comes out of my hand. You don't have to internalize this as your process. The big takeaway is ritual, intent, and shedding the dark magic, the grip of mass belief, and hardline material explanations to ethereal transcendent states of consciousness. The symbols we identify with is us assigning the limitations to our cognition and our ability to scale suffering. The noise we make to cover the low, indefinite hum of nothingness that we all return to. We're there and here at the same time, and magic is a manipulation of those permanent signals that tie consciousness together across our perception of time and space. We have such a limited understanding of the world and our collective beliefs and system and symbols to fetishize our modalities of identity and culture that we use magic every day, controlled by it every day, but don't believe in its power in our personal lives. That's the deep, dark magic. I would suggest trying a weekly ritual of creating sigils and examining your desires, wants, and compulsions through this weekly ritual. Remember, Christ is a symbol. The American flag is a symbol. Capitalism is a symbol in a system. We create symbols to articulate an unconscious signal we can't define individually. Collective belief to affirm the merit of alienation and suffering by a protected class of individuals' lifelong commitment to destructive fascist magic. The intent behind the manipulation of our natural compulsion towards magic of reality matters. The best place to start healing and dipping your toe into the unified field of consciousness that ties us all together beyond our make-believe systems of control and domination is horizontal organizing, radical kindness, and universal love. All is one, and the one is for all to transcend your suffering. You have to keep this in mind, keep your intent in mind, and dissolve into the ritual. Thanks for listening, checking out my art.